Motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call Us podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
Happening, my brother.
Hey man, you know what it is.
We back after a little segue, little time away. We back for episode number 45, brother.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Feeling good, feeling great.
Yeah, man.
Feeling great.
It's
Feeling
been
good.
it's been 2 weeks since we had episode number 44, and
Yes, sir.
nice little break, but it's good to be back.
Yeah, man.
Y'all know what it is. If you want to hit us on YouTube, you can follow us at the 2 Cent You Call It podcast. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that little notification bell so you can hear every time we post. For your listening pleasure, we are busting out your eardrums on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Man, my brother, housekeeping rules. First things first. What's in your glass?
I'm trying something new, man. You know what I'm saying? We was out last weekend, and both of these were kind of ingredients in kind of the punch that I make.
Yeah.
But I have a apple whiskey and a lemon gin.
Okay.
So I don't have a name for it right now. And hopefully I survive the rest of the show.
That sounds interesting. How does that taste?
It's actually pretty good, man. It's almost like, because we went to the bar this previous weekend for karaoke.
Yeah.
And I did apple whiskey with a grapefruit.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And it was
they
ass.
To y'all it was ass. To me it was cool.
Ass.
They didn't have the lemon vodka that I was looking for, but I'm just trying it with gin. So it's pretty good because you really don't taste the gin too much anyway.
Okay.
You can't smell it anyway. So no, I'm not gonna put that out there. All right, brother, what's in your glass?
I'm mixing it up a little bit. I got a simple pomegranate cocktail mix.
A shipper?
Simple.
All right.
Pomegranate cocktail mix. And I mixed it with a bourbon whiskey that I like. Small batch bourbon whiskey. So yeah, it's a pretty good mixture, and we've been drinking already, so it's kind of putting me on the level. So we gonna see how the show goes, man.
All right, man. Let's see how it goes.
We're back.
Man, we had a tough time getting everything ready and stuff.
We're back after 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, man.
Tell the people why we were out, though.
So we y'all know that we do a lot of stuff outside of the show. We got a lot of organizations that we're a part of. We ended up having a big event. It was a cookout. I like to use cookout. I don't like to say picnic.
Yeah, because we actually know the history of it.
Yeah. So we did that last weekend, and we attempted to do it that Saturday night. It was like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it. And then we attempted to do it this following Sunday, and it was like
it's not gonna work.
It's not working either.
It's not working for me.
Yeah. So we apologize for that. But not really. And we back to y'all today, man. We hoping that y'all enjoy this, man. We got a good show lined up.
Yeah, man. It's episode number 45. We actually have a couple of guests with us tonight, man. I'll let you do the honors because you've known them longer than I have, even though we all good friends.
Okay, so today I got a couple of guys I met in college. We're all part of the same organization.
Yeah.
We have Jay. And
what they do?
Then we have Victor as well. So y'all can take y'all turns in introducing yourself.
I want to start off by saying now you know
I was gonna let me introduce it.
because I gotta take my shot. Now Jay is visiting us from out of town, right?
Yeah.
But Vic lives here, and the motherfucker don't fuck with us.
Okay, y'all say like probably about 10 minutes away.
We stay about 10 minutes away. He don't fuck with us until Jay in town. So I'm feeling the type of way.
I ain't got nothing to do with this. That's not accurate.
No, it's very accurate.
When I get an invite, I show up.
Oh, okay.
All right. You just gotta let me know.
Okay.
Let me know where to be, when to be there, and I'm there.
All right. Well, welcome Jay and Vic.
What's good?
Tell us a little bit about yourselves, man.
I mean, I'm older than 30.
That's the start.
Recently married.
Okay, congrats.
I mean, I'm just in town for a wedding. Came to see my friends, and You're right. I mean, what else? I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
That's all good.
Hey, that's
you ain't gotta put nothing else out there.
Okay, bad.
Vic, what's up, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man. I guess I'll also say I'm older than 30.
Everybody on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay, look at us. Got something in common. Yeah, coming up on 5 years of marriage.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yes.
5 years.
Yeah, man.
I don't like people for 5 minutes.
It's a straight up.
I would love to say it's been all rainbows and flowers, but
But that ain't marriage.
But that's not marriage. But yeah, and then I got a little boy that is about 20 months, which is about a year and a half for those who don't want to.
Because I was about to ask you to convert that for me
Right,
because
'cause
I was not about to do the
I
math.
hate when parents do that shit. They be in we about 13. The motherfucker's a year old. Like,
Yeah, no. I once we get to 2 years, that's it.
No, once you get to a year,
there's no more months. There's no more
stop.
months
Can we tell parents to stop this dumb shit? Once you get to a year,
I'll tell you, there's certain milestones that you reach at certain.
you coming
months,
from the doctor.
at
Okay.
certain months, so it's important to signify which month they are.
Here
But I
goes the
agree
doctor.
with after 2 years, let it go.
No, after one, let the shit go. I don't give a fuck.
He's 172
20
months.
20 months is a lot different than 16 months. Now they both round out to a half a year.
If
Or a
you
year
just
and a
tell
half,
me, you just
but-
tell me, yeah, it's just a year and a half. I'd be like, all right, cool.
I mean, that's why I say both.
Personally, whenever we have children, I'm going, oh, here she is 1. Here she's about a year and a half. Here she's 2. Because
Yeah.
I just like, I'm simple.
Well, the rest of the world doesn't give a fuck. Like, we don't care. Like, all right, we get it. You had a kid. Like,
And that's why I give both. I'll give the months for those who care, and then I give the roundabout years for those who don't want to do the math. Like,
Yeah.
I understand.
nah, if you sit, I mean, I get it. If you sit in a room full of parents, I guess they care. But the rest of us, we don't give a fuck.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't care.
Nah, but welcome to the 2 Cent You College podcast.
Definitely, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been listening to us and everything, man. It's always good to have. I ain't gonna say fans because we really ain't got fans, but you know, what I'm saying shot callers on the show. That's what I call y'all.
For sure. I guess we'll start with Jay, man. How was your week?
My week was good, man. I mean, I worked a shift earlier in the week, and then I'm actually kind of on vacation.
Okay.
And so I kind of been chilling, and then came into town for a wedding this weekend. So, you know, I'm just trying to relax. That's really, relaxation is the key to the week.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Vic. How was your week, man?
It's been exciting and rough, actually. I guess I gotta say this on the podcast, but Jeff is staying with me.
Okay.
He came into town Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so the hectic part of the week was getting the house clean because we gotta. You have that
adulting. You have
right. You have to adult. You have the state of the house that you live in, and then the state of the house that you present to others.
That you invite people. Yeah.
Right. So
So
we
you
have
brothers,
to.
hey, y'all gonna get whatever I got.
Clearly.
you see what the fuck's going on over here. It's bachelor pad.
No, I will say that you probably did better because I told you that I was coming over here yesterday, and you was like, brother, you probably won't have anywhere to sit. So,
That's true. That's
so
true.
I
That's
know
true.
it's not.
That's true.
I know it's not the way it was yesterday.
So just having a seat is improvement.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Dub, how was your week, man?
Well, the last 2 weeks, because the listeners haven't heard us in a couple of weeks. The last 2 weeks were really good. I will say that I think the last time we were on the show, I talked about I had a major test or a couple of major tests coming up.
Yeah.
Both of them went very well.
Congratulations on that, my brother.
Appreciate it, brother. I definitely want to. You know how I am, especially when I've been drinking. I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here, brother. I appreciate you for checking on me and making sure that I was staying on my shit.
I want to do that, brother.
And,
I'm gonna give you your flowers right back.
I want to say I appreciate you for making sure that I was on my shit and also checking to make sure that everything went well. Definitely means a lot to have a support system, so I appreciate you on that. Other than that, the weeks were great, man. Got that out the way, then did a lot of just mental recuperation, because a lot of people don't understand, and I know both the people, everybody that's sitting here today knows that when you are focused on studying for something and trying to knock some shit out, mental exhaustion is just as bad as physical exhaustion.
Yeah.
Like, you literally, from a mental state, man, you get just as tired as if you worked out, you know what I'm saying, like all week. Like Facts. that shit is different, you know Facts. What I'm saying? So it's been a recovery process, which is another reason why we didn't record last weekend. So yeah, I'm grateful for the recovery. It's been a good one. I'm feeling good, and looking forward to future endeavors, man. So definitely, man. Gonna keep it moving, man. Let's talk about your week or your weeks, man.
Shit. My weeks was
you had adventures.
Yeah, man. They were good up until the weekends.
Well, so let's talk about one of them because
which one? The first weekend or the past weekend?
Well, let's talk about the weekend, the one that we were talking about the last time, because we did talk about the last one on the show. We said that you had a date coming up, and I told y'all that I was rooting for y'all, man. I was rooting for y'all. I wanted y'all to win. So what happened? Did y'all go on a date? How was the date?
We didn't go on a date.
Ooh. Okay.
So well, date was supposed to be on. I said Bree. Date was supposed to be on Saturday. So what ended up happening is she flew in town. She was out of town. She stays out of town. She came in, and she had a proposal that she was helping to get ready for.
Oh, so she was here for work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she came in town. We were just communicating and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, it hasn't happened yet. And so it probably gets around 7 p.m.
Okay.
And stuff like that. It's like, yeah, just hit me up whenever you know what I'm saying, you need me to come scoop you and stuff like that. Because she was probably downtown Dallas. I stayed North Dallas. And she's like, okay. And then one of my homegirls hit me up. She said she was doing like a little pool party and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I've been drinking a lot.
Y'all just trying to link?
Coordinate. Yeah, coordinate.
That's coordinate your schedules.
Coordinate.
It's a T word right there.
So he was trying to coordinate on how things were going to go and stuff like that. So I'll be like, oh, do you just want to go to this little pool party with me? And she's like, nah. It's like, all right, cool. So it's probably about 9 o'clock. Okay. She's like, okay, we getting ready to do this. Now you can start heading this way. So I'm over at my homegirls. I tell her like, okay, I got this date that I'm supposed to go on. I gotta head out here and stuff. So I head down there towards downtown. And I get there. And she was like, okay, what you trying to do and stuff like that. Like, I was really just trying to like get to know her in a deeper sense beyond surface. Just drinking or just
surface.
Yeah, the surface or the physical aspect. Because she got that ass. But still, yes, and stuff like that. So I was, you know what I'm saying, just trying to figure out and stuff like that. She was previously married and everything like that. So I'm trying to see, what was the deal with that and everything that was going on. I thought she was talking to somebody else that I knew her prior, but that wasn't anything. So I'm just trying to get to know her and stuff like that. And she was like, okay, I've been out all day. I feel like I just need to shower and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, you need me to take you back to where you staying, or you want to go to my crib, take a shower or something like that and stuff like that. She's like, I just feel better if we went out tomorrow for breakfast and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Probably a miscommunication between us. Like we were just talking about. Yeah. My communication is not the best. I figured that she said that she would be up at 9.
Wait, so she said breakfast and you just assumed 9 a.m.?
No. From what I heard, it was going to be at 9 that she was going to get up. She said, call me as soon as you get up.
Okay.
So I was up at 8 and I took a shower.
Got it. Okay.
And stuff like that. So like 8:30, I get a text. It's like I'm headed to the airport.
Wait, what?
Well,
So when was breakfast supposed to happen?
That's what I was about to ask, Vic. Like, when was breakfast? When was breakfast supposed to be?
I was assuming it's supposed to be like 7 or something. Because she said you can take me to the airport.
Wait. So did she ever communicate when her flight was?
No.
And also, did you know she was leaving that next day?
I knew she was leaving the next day.
Right, but if somebody tells you, "Oh, we can go to breakfast," you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking breakfast is at like, 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
maybe,
I was thinking because she said 9. It's like, okay, so I'm good, so I can get up, take a shower at 8:30. I can send her a text. Let me start talking to the mic because I'm like deep into conversations, turn everywhere but the mic, and stuff like that. But she's like, "Oh, my flight is I'm headed to the airport," and I'm like, I just sent the eyes like, "What the fuck?" and stuff like that. And that's the last time we spoke and stuff because this was probably the third time I tried to link up with her because she ended up moving to. She was in Dallas for a little while, and then actually at
the last birthday party that we was at,
we did for you.
Oh yeah. We
linked up back at your birthday party and stuff like that, and it actually ended up that somebody else that was trying to talk to me, and I had just got out of a relationship with my ex-girlfriend. I was trying to talk to her by the end of the time. She was trying to set something up too, and then we ended up talking, and that shit fell through. And she ended up moving to fucking Houston. But girl, she ended up moving to Atlanta, but she was back in town. So I was like, next time you come in town, just holler at me. We can do something because I just really want to get to know you and stuff like that. So she ended up moving from Atlanta to California and stuff. So she was in town for one day and stuff like that. So we tried to link up with that, and that shit just fell through. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was actually that she didn't feel good, that she just needed to shower, or maybe she just wasn't feeling me or something like that. But I was like, all right, well, I guess I just got to kind of let that go because
these are those moments when they say communication is key that people don't understand.
Hey,
it's like,
brother,
this is the kind of communication that is key.
Yeah. You know my ex, well, shit, everybody in this room know my ex-girlfriend. And our communication was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, it's simple communication of you assumed it was 9.
Yeah.
And who knows what schedule she was on. But miscommunication led to that easily.
I have to slightly disagree. Communication is key. It definitely is key. But if you have a early morning flight and you say, hey, let's meet up for breakfast, then you have to specify that breakfast is at X time.
Yeah. Oh, it was a failure on her part.
Like my flight is at 9, so let's meet up for breakfast at 7 or 6:30. Like you have to share that type of information.
Yeah.
Because at this point, like, it does to me seem like almost like a setup. Like let's meet up for breakfast when she knew she was going to be she was going to be having breakfast back at home.
Yeah, she failed. It was a failure on her part.
So yeah, so that was the weekend before last.
Okay.
Last weekend.
There's more. Let's talk about.
This woman that I used to go to church with. She I think I had commented on her story on Instagram or something like that.
Play it.
Nah, not at all. And she was like, "Oh, we should go out and have drinks and stuff like that." So, and that was probably 2 or 3 weeks prior, and she had family in town that week, so we just had to kind of finesse whenever we was gonna go have these drinks and stuff like that. So I invited her out to the event that we had, the cookout that we had, but she ended up having to go out to, I think it was like Red Oak or something like that. For those who listen in other states and stuff like that, it's probably about an hour, 2 hours away.
Red Oak?
I think.
From where?
From here.
Like Red Oak?
Red Oak is like 45
like
minutes.
Red Oak Mall? Red Oak?
No, Red Oak, Texas is like 45 minutes.
Okay. I said an hour, right?
And that's
You
Redbird
said
Mall,
an hour,
by the
2
way.
hours.
I don't know where the fuck the shit is, but it was out there. Yeah, she was like, okay, and then we just she said she had to do something, so we was like, okay, what are you doing Sunday? And I'm like, only thing I'm doing is going to church on Sunday and stuff like that. Matter of fact, you hit me up that same day. It's like you want to record and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be going out with somebody But we probably can do it later on in that day because you wanted to do something later that day too.
Yeah,
as well. So we never figured out a spot to go to. Probably late Saturday after I had got home and just stopped doing everything that I was dealing with. Because for those who don't know, I am like a vice president of another organization.
Yeah.
So I have like a lot of shit to do. I be running all over the place. So I get home, I send her a text message. I'm like, okay, what about this spot right here and stuff like that. I never hear anything back, but I accept that because it's at 11 something at night. Get up in the morning, probably around 9, 10ish and stuff like that. I ain't up going to church either.
Heathen.
So I sent her a message just like, okay, is noon good for you? And she's like, no, I didn't hear nothing back from you, so I decided just to go out with my mom. So I was like, okay, cool. We would have to do something later. So I'm like, cool, and stuff like that.
Okay, so let me rewind though, because this is the issue I have. She said, I didn't hear nothing back from you, like her phone don't press send too. Like, why? If you felt,
brother, hey.
Remind me, what was the last message you sent to her?
The last message I sent to her was a place that we could go.
And then after that, she didn't hear anything from you, so she just made new plans after you suggested a place.
No. She didn't hear anything from me because I think the last time we talked was like Thursday. Because I don't be trying to like blow people's phones up and stuff because people be like, oh shit, you a bugaboo and shit like that.
Yeah.
And this is the way that I thought of it. Because when we went to church together, she was more like of a like a little sister to me and stuff like that.
I've been little brother before
and stuff like that. So I didn't think, I thought she was just trying to catch up and stuff like that. But the more women that I talked to my mom about it, and I talked to another lady before the picnic, and she's like, oh, she ain't trying to be your little sister no more and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go into it like that. So I was approaching it as if it wasn't like a date, but it's just more like a friend date or like a catch up and stuff like that. But the more they talked to me, I was like, okay, maybe it is supposed to be a date or something like that. I'm just not catching the signals and shit because I'm terrible with those fucking signals. I just didn't hear anything back from her and stuff like that. So eventually I told her, like, okay, well, I didn't hear anything back from you. So I'm assuming that you didn't want to do it. And I said, Dub said he wanted to go do something. So I was like, hey, man, let's check out this spot that I told her about. And I hit up with another one of my homegirls. We went out there. We did karaoke.
Yeah, so we hit up a couple of homegirls. They came out, you know what I'm saying? And it was what it was.
And I told both, matter of fact, Dub and Yava that was on the show earlier, I told them, hey, I'm just like opting out of the dating market.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Because I told him, I was like, you can't opt out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, especially from what you want out of life, you know what I'm saying? Like the goals that you set for yourself as far as being a husband, as far as being a father, like you can't just opt out at this particular point.
I can still be a husband. I mean, I can still be a father. Right. I can still be a father.
Look, you can't opt out, but if you decide there are areas in your life that you need to focus on, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you remain open. Because it's when you close out the dating part
that's the thing that I'm not I'm not open at this point in time. Like if like in like 10 years
wait a
minute 10 years I find somebody that'll be like, oh, that's my wife, then I think I'd be cool.
But see,
at this point I'm done like trying to put myself out there.
But the thing about it is
entertaining offers and shit.
In 10 years though, you're going to be in the place that you said that you didn't want to be. So that's not conducive.
But you told me that
you trying to have a brand new child 10 years from now?
Everybody's timeline is not my timeline.
I did, but I'm talking about the timeline that you wanted for yourself. You already told me
you said that I shouldn't be going off that timeline. My timeline.
No. I never said that. I said that you shouldn't base your timeline, the idea that you have for your life. You should not base that on anybody else's. That's based on
somebody else's timeline.
Oh well, if that's the case, then hey, do what you do, bro.
So fuck them kids. Nah, man. that was on my timeline. I wanted to be a husband. I wanted to be a father. But I don't think the current climate of the dating scene is.
Well, we know the dating pool got pee in it, but at the same time, you can't.
And I'm not pissed in the pool.
Yeah, I mean,
that's one thing about me. I'm not gonna say that the dating pool got pee in it, and you ain't contributed to the shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't say I think you're giving up on it too quick. Like you can't get in and say that two times didn't work out, so now I'm gonna opt out. Like
it's been more than 2 times.
Yeah, but it hasn't been. It hasn't been in a consecutive. Like you just got out of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So
and before that, I got out of a relationship and I was stuck in a parking lot for an hour because I couldn't hold a conversation with my ex-girlfriend.
I'll put it like this: I met my wife when I was at a point in my life because of the state I was living in, and I knew I was moving. That I was like, you know what? I'm good on dating right now. I'm not going to say no to anybody, to everybody, but it's like, I'm good right now. I'm going to focus on other things. And I met her and we became friends and then we're married now.
It's nasty out there, Jeff.
But,
well, going back to it, I think you
have somebody in a full-blown relationship and they be like, hey, let me suck.
I don't know nothing about that life. I can't.
Yeah, that's a wild life right there, man.
I don't know anything about that life. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
Wow.
And a whole relation. I feel sorry for her, man.
Bruh. But I mean, like
it's rough out here.
I think Jeff, you hit the nail on the head. Like you can't, just opt out completely. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be still open to.
Hold on.
No.
Hold the fucking phone.
I already know where you about to go.
Because you've already opted out.
But your life is not my life.
Okay, your life is not my life.
Exactly.
But maybe he has different goals than you have.
Exactly.
If your goal is to be married. With kids.
He had the same goal at some point.
No, but keyword you just said
10 years ago.
You said
I had it too.
But right now, I'm saying right now.
I don't have it no more.
If you don't have it, fine, live your life.
But
if you legitimately want to be a husband with children at some point in time, because when you say I opt out, you know what that means? That means if God were to send my blessing right now, I would look her in her eye and say, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, he full of shit.
If God sent my blessing, I'd be like, "Okay, I'll entertain."
Then you didn't opt out. So stop saying that.
But I'm opted out right now.
No, stop saying that. Because if God sent her tomorrow, you gonna say no?
He full of shit.
Yes.
He full of shit.
Hey, if you want to say no to your blessing, that's your life, bro.
But that's the thing, though. Like if it's what they say,
if it's meant to be,
if you love it, let it go and then come back.
I said God sent this, not you ran into it.
Well, shit, I thought God sent a couple people.
Well, that's because you was wanting that to be.
So that's the real issue here. The real issue is that he can't determine who is God sent.
Exactly.
I can't because I thought the simplest things like, oh, we came at the same time. This must be love.
Okay, well I'll tell you this. The way I even started dating my current wife. Was I prayed about it?
You said current like you had one before.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I just had to say, you're right. Yeah. I'm just trying to give timing. But it's like...
It sounds like you about to say everything that I said.
No.
God.
But I prayed before I started dating her.
I did that.
Got confirmation.
I thought I did.
But that's the thing, you thought. But I got legit confirmation. And then we started dating. Then before I proposed, prayed. I wasn't going to propose until I had a clear... I think this is God. No, this is God.
No, that's what I thought.
I know it's God.
That's what I thought. Did you cry?
No, I ain't cry.
I cried.
So I'll put like this.
I cried when the ukulele started playing.
I'll put it like this.
I was wiping tears and shit. This is my fucking wife.
I'll put it like this. If you're having multiple times of I think it's God and you've been wrong, then you need to maybe fix your relationship with God so you can understand what your signs actually are.
Damn, he just called you a heathen like he did.
I ain't call you a heathen.
No,
we all gotta work on that. We all gotta work on that.
That's why I've opted out of dating because I think I need to refocus my relationship with God.
Okay.
Because I think I've gotten away from that. I grew up in the church and everything. I think once I got my first piece of First piece of coochie, I think you kind of
because it sounds like the issue is you keep thinking God telling you something, but you don't have a story that says God told me and it was wrong. You keep saying I thought.
If you ask Dub, I could have sworn it was fucking God.
Hey, I didn't text Vic before. I didn't text Vic before. Like I think I found mine, but no, I was wrong.
I mean, definitely. Every story in which you think God spoke to you and you find out was wrong, then it turns into a story in which you misinterpreted it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
even with you and your wife, like the first time that y'all met, do you think that it was like it was supposed to be?
The first time we met, we were at a house party.
She ain't like him.
I was partaking in house party events. And without getting into too much detail, we had a moment in which I thought
curved. He came back in and he was like so defeated about the shit. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
I thought it was good until the next day when y'all told me it wasn't. And so yeah, like at that moment, no. And I can go on and on. There were a lot of moments in which it just should not have happened. And then somehow it did. And then somehow it did. Somehow it did.
Hey, well, my ex-girlfriend, I met her in college. Didn't speak to her. She was interested in other dudes.
Oh, you talking about Tot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. We came back to it.
And it still wasn't it.
Took kids later and stuff like that. And it just didn't work out.
That's life.
Yeah.
I feel like we could do a whole podcast on ex-date life, and that's probably not on the agenda today.
I mean, right, this whole podcast has been.
That's all. I keep on putting shit out there. I keep getting fucking phone calls from people's sisters and shit. But like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking about me. That's not how it went. And I'll be like, oh, shit,
I just know Dub does a great job of setting an agenda, and I don't want to ruin his whole agenda.
Hey, I take this shit.
It is what it is.
All the way down the fucking highway.
I'm just a guest.
I mean, there's two sides to every story. They can complain all they want about this isn't how it happened. Well, this is how you perceived it to happen, so this is your reality.
Well, we already talked about that too. Like perception versus reality. Is reality really a thing? Everybody's reality is their perception.
Right? Yeah, everybody has their truth, but what is the truth,
right? Yeah. And the only way to know that is to have been in the room when it actually happened. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's your recollection or your perception of how everything went. Because you can say all day, "Oh, no, I didn't say that," or "I didn't do that," but if somebody else perceived it as that, that's what it is in their mind. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. And that's the story that they're gonna tell whoever is with them.
Right. So your perception is your reality.
Exactly.
Right? And that's that. It is what it is.
Exactly.
Point. Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like you can't opt out like completely. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, no matter what,
I have chose not to take my player option.
You leaving $47.4 million on the table?
I'm leaving it on there.
All right, if you gonna opt out, I just want to ask you this question, and then I'll stop asking you questions and challenging you. How long do you plan on opting out for? Because if you have a schedule, I understand it. But if it's indefinite, I think you might miss something special one of these days.
Until I get an offer that's worth coming out of retirement.
Okay, but you didn't really opt out.
I was just saying you can't.
I'm temporarily opted out.
Yeah, it's not opted out if you're waiting for a good offer.
Like if we go out tonight and somebody be like, I'm okay, shout it.
No, but like you said, if I get a good offer, I'm back in.
He's lying. So you ain't opt out this week.
It's okay. The listeners will know.
I'm like Brett Favre. Like I'm gonna take 2 years off.
He lied.
And they come back, and if I get in trouble for sending a dick pic to somebody, then
you like Tom Brady who retired and was like, never mind, I'm actually coming back. It's okay. He ain't really retired. I get it. It's all good.
He didn't say retirement. He just said he's opting out. So whatever he has going on in his life right now, he said nah to that.
Nah,
he's going to the free agency.
And that's kind of what we talked about the last episode.
So see what the next team is.
So he's a free agent.
He's a free agent.
Yeah. All right, bet.
He's a free agent.
I like that.
I'm temporarily retired. I'll say that.
Can we move on? Because X is lying.
It don't matter because I already told him I'm the motherfucker.
This motherfucker say he gonna send motherfuckers to my inbox.
I will because the motherfucker already be thirst trapping on social media. So I'ma just.
It's not thirst trap.
I saw that recent post talking about progress.
Yeah,
okay,
it's progress.
He thirst trapping like a son bitch. But I already said whoever like that motherfucker, I'ma add them. Go ahead and put them on blast on the page so you can see.
Nobody liked it.
Dub is the fringe
except for
Agreed.
Except for the picture that you sent me. I was like, that's not the demographic that I'm going for.
Dub is the friend you need to call you out on your BS and put you back on the path you're supposed to be on.
Nah, both of y'all are terrible friends. Terrible influences. Both of y'all ruined my fucking life.
No, you can't.
We get serious. We get real serious.
Nice. At the end of the day, he know I'm going to be that person that's gonna push that shit. Like I'm gonna hold him because I know he's already voiced his goals and what he wants out of life. So I'm not gonna like him talking about he opting out. Come on now, who's taking that serious?
Well, what I can say is that when I met my future wife, for about 8 months prior, I was in a similar boat in which I was just like, I'm done with dating. I had a few entanglements, I guess you could call them.
You had all the holes.
That was not working to the way that I wanted them to. And so I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm not gonna put any energy, any effort into finding another person. And I didn't for months.
Bro, you still got your hair though. I don't.
Well, if that's a deciding factor, then I back out this conversation. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
The two married folk here both got hair, so I don't know.
Wait, I'm single. I got hair. What the fuck you mean?
No, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying the single person doesn't. It's just that he said Vic got hair, and I was like, well, I mean, maybe
having hair doesn't prevent you from being single, but apparently not having
it makes
hair
you more marketable. Don't nobody want no bald person. I look like Robert. Motherfucker called me Robert earlier today. I'm probably gonna do some R. Kelly tonight at karaoke.
Why would you do that? That man got 30 years in jail. Why?
Right, that's not.
That's why we did. That's what we didn't put on the docket. I'm still gonna bump.
It's okay.
Shit. Do you mind if I give you some of mine?
That's why you single.
I'm just a guest.
That's it.
I'm just a guest.
Everything was going good until you put on Kelly.
Man,
I'm just a guest here.
So speaking of current events, we got a couple on the docket. One that you put on the docket, we still got Brittany Griner is still in custody.
She is, man.
And the trial coming up, or
I think it started.
I haven't been following.
Can I just give a hot take?
Okay.
Personally, everyone has seen the show Locked Up Abroad or heard of the show Locked Up Abroad.
I have not, actually.
Well, essentially, the premise in just real life, if you are in a different country, you need to know what rules
indeed
that are in the country.
Right.
Because it's kind of like the way people in America feel like, oh, weed it's not that crazy, right? It's simple.
Oh, there
you go to China,
it's a big
you get
deal.
locked up for years. So for us, I understand Brittany Griner allegedly had this hashish oil or whatever she had. But I will say, if she did have it, you have to understand, you are in Russia, not the United States. Yes, you are a U.S. citizen. I get it. But Russia has their own set of laws.
So everything comes with consequences.
Yes. So in America, maybe we think it's not a big deal. But if the law in Russia, where you are currently at, says you cannot be in possession of this, and if you do, you got jail for 10 years, unfortunately,
you might have to sit down.
You might have to sit down. It's unfair by American standards. I get it. I feel for you. You didn't know, or you didn't think it was that serious. But in Russia, it's serious. So, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
That's not I wouldn't say it's unpopular, depending on who you're around. But I feel the same way. Like, if you gotta sit down, you gotta sit down. I wish the best for her.
Oh yeah.
And I wish that she could come home sooner.
Of course.
Sooner than that, but we have no control over that and stuff. And she chose a country that we currently are having some issues with.
And but she's been playing basketball over there, so she ain't quite. It's unfortunate.
It's bad timing.
I'll put like everything. If she had it, unfortunately, this is the country she's in. If she didn't have what they're saying she has, then I think she has been improper. She has been unfortunately imprisoned. It's unfair. She needs to come home. Because if she doesn't have it, she ain't breaking the law. She shouldn't have been locked up there. She was at home. Right. But if she had it, they think she had it, the rules of Russia, She's in Russia.
Yeah.
And then that is a theory that's out there. It hasn't gotten a lot of traction. But the theory is that Russia is not on good terms with our country right now. They know who she is. I mean, let's be honest, it's not that hard to miss a 6'10" woman going through the airport.
Yeah. Correct. With locks.
With locks. And so if you were to push,
well, they already probably mistake. Never mind.
And she black.
Shut the
right
in Russia.
Right. So if there is a theory about it, about her not having it, then it's Russia knew what they were doing. Yeah. And that ties into the idea that when Griner was first held over there, the government spoke to Adam Silver and the NBA, and they told them essentially not to say much about her being over there, because their idea was that if Russia didn't know that she was a celebrity over here, then the U.S. might be able to bargain for her and bring her back. It didn't work. Like months later, it didn't work. Adam Silver and the NBA got tired of waiting, and so then that is why we're starting to see a lot more news coverage about her now.
I mean, I'll pray for her. Wish her the best. Hopefully, she gets home to her wife. I can't remember if she has a child or not with a previous relationship.
I think I think she's playing. But she had a baby with one of the Dallas Stars.
But she
plays child support.
But she does have a wife and a family, and I pray she can get back, because I would not want to be out of the country away from my wife and locked up either. Yeah. So I pray for her.
There's also a couple of soldiers over there that's still being detained as well. But a lot of people want her to skip the line over those other people that's been over there for a couple years.
Money does that.
Yeah.
The more you worth, the more important you are. And she is worth a couple of million to the Phoenix, whatever.
I think it's like an arms dealer or something that we have over here. That's what they want for the swap. I don't know if they're willing to trade it. I don't take.
We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah. In other news, somebody brought up Miles Bridges, the Miles Bridges event. Who was that? Which one?
I think it was me.
Okay, so tell us about it. Tell the people about it.
So basically, Miles Bridges, he plays for the Charlotte Hornets, if I'm not mistaken. Contract time period. He's trying to get the max contract. So a while ago, he posted a IG video of him, or a picture of him with lean in a cup and the joint in his hand. Don't know what he was thinking.
Stupid.
That's what he did. And the other day, he got arrested for domestic violence charges, felony charges. The woman, I believe it's his baby mother. Can't remember if she's his wife, girlfriend. Don't remember the relationship. But she went on Instagram and posted her emergency records detailing all of her injuries. And then it's saying she can't be silent anymore. She can't protect anybody anymore. This happened in front of the child. This is ridiculous. And then there's also a video on Twitter of the child saying he saw daddy choke mom. He saw daddy throwing her phone out the window. And he saw her throwing her shoes out the window as well.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, obviously, this is all alleged because he hasn't been convicted of it. But if he did all those things, he needs to be under the jail, and he definitely ruined all kind of career activities.
So, and I just want to start off with saying that he was looking for a max contract. First off, he is not a max contract type player. He was not. So that right there was already kind of crazy and kind of wild. And in addition to the video that she produced with her son, she also took a video and gave pictures of herself, the bruises that she had on her face, on her cheek, on her lips, on her arms. Now, as you said, this is all, alleged. But if this is what happened, like this is damning. I think when the news first broke, it was like, oh man, this is crazy. But then when the videos came out and the pictures came out, because as y'all know, that changes every story. Once they came out, like it's a wrap.
Like she had a neck strain, broken nose, I think maybe a broken wrist.
It was bad.
Like a cut on her ear, facial. It was bad.
But it's confirmed that he did all this.
Well, it's not confirmed.
Okay, I say we just had Amber,
Amber Heard.
Yeah,
I just say alleged because the court case hasn't happened because nothing's confirmed. But she is saying, she's saying he did
what's
this.
What's love got to do with it? Beating herself with oranges and
She's
shit.
saying he did it. She posted all the pictures. She posted her ER medical report. He has been arrested. And there's a video of a son, alleged, I don't know his son, but there's a video of his alleged son saying, I saw dad choke mom. I saw dad do this. I saw dad do this. So it's like, from a social media perspective, it looks like he did it all.
Even without social media, like it's at this point, you know, in the legal system, you are innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. That's why I said alleged.
But in public opinion, he is guilty. Like it is what it is now. You know, like you said, all of this is alleged, so we aren't saying that he did it. But just in the eye of public opinion, you know, no one is talking as if he didn't do it.
Yeah, so. No, I just feel like, you know, why would you even, if you know that you are in a predicament that you going for the max.
Sorry, folks.
For the max contract, like why would you even put yourself in certain predicaments? Like you are.
Stupid people are gonna do stupid things, and it doesn't matter how much money is on the table. Yeah. That is why when you hear about people who were athletes and it's like, oh, they could have been in the NBA because they're so good, and you look at their lifestyle, that's when you realize, no, you couldn't have, because there's a level of discipline that is required to be in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And some people show it enough to get there, but then like this situation, if true, he's truly not that disciplined, and that was his downfall.
Yeah.
But why is it domestic abuse? Why does that so commonly seems to be the downfall of athletes? Like if we look at all the athletes and between the four major sports, basketball, football, soccer, and hockey, and we look at all the domestic violence cases, does that ratio perpetuate into the larger American populace, or is it something about being an athlete that makes it more prevalent?
It's easy. Entitlement. I mean, you hear about Trey Songz. It's entitlement. You feel like I make all this money.
Yeah.
It's like I make all this money.
But let me ask y'all this.
Yeah.
And hopefully this don't get my ass kicked out in public, because I asked one of my homegirls this too.
Yeah.
Okay. If you think it was socially acceptable for men to hit women, do you think that they would talk to us the same way that they talk to us?
You said if it was socially acceptable for men to hit women.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Because I mean, there's a lot of things that are socially acceptable that it's okay, but you probably shouldn't do that people do.
But you think that they would talk to us the same way?
Yeah, I think so. Because some of it is.
If it was socially acceptable.
Yeah, because
like if you talk to me stupid, I could punch you in your fucking mouth.
Because
I would say it like that.
No, but think of it like this: if the person you're dating does not think you are a person who hits women,
okay,
because it's not about social at that point.
Okay,
if they think you are not a person who hits women and they want to try you, they're gonna try you. Now, if it's socially acceptable and you hit them, they will be shocked that you hit them because they thought you couldn't.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's not really not about social. I think it's they are with you and they think either they think very highly of themselves or they think that you as a man won't hit women. So it's like, I can try you because you will never hit me.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that is just an issue in general because no one should put hands on anybody, but you also shouldn't test people. So it's like, I think socially acceptable or not, maybe would happen less, but I still think there are people who's like, this man would never hit me.
Right. I completely agree. It would happen less. I think that there is a sliver of incidences in which the woman is talking reckless to the man because she feels this invisible shield of protection, right? Because the man is not supposed to hit the woman. So she'll talk the way that she wants to talk. And we've seen the videos in which it didn't go right for her. He wasn't someone who abides by those morals. I do think that if it was socially acceptable, that there would be less moments of that. But there are definitely women out there who are going to just say, nah, screw that. Like, I'll talk to you however I talk to you. If you hit me, I will swing back. or I'll get my brothers, my cousins, what have you. And like, it's not going to get rid of the issue, and I don't think it's going to make that much of a dent either. Like, I just think it's going to be a few moments in which someone will say, maybe I'm not ready for that life, just in case that this guy is about that life. So let me just like take a step back.
Okay, along those same lines of socially acceptable and everything like that. Let me ask you this question. So we all heard the decision on Roe versus Wade. So, as black men, why should we care about the decision if we've never really had a voice in a woman's decision?
I will say the scariest part about overturning this case is that overturning the case is giving the power back to the states. And this one is a very particular case in which it set a lot of precedents. It set precedents for the civil rights era. It set precedents for interracial marriages. It set precedents for same-sex marriage and same-sex rights. It set a lot of precedents. But giving the power back to the states is in its own right setting a precedent in which more cases are going to be brought up to the Supreme Court with the expectancy of power be given back to the states. So as a black male, my concern is, okay, what about civil rights, the Civil Rights Act? What about, someone against the school board?
It's Plessy versus Ferguson. Thank you. Brown versus the Board of Education.
Brown versus Board of Education. Yeah. And both. And Plessy versus Ferguson. Yeah. Like, what if these go back and then eventually the Supreme Court says that power should be given back to the state? Right? That is scary because there are definitely some members of Senate, some members of Congress, some people in power within some of these states that will take advantage of that. And it's going to be a slow burn, but it will eventually start to get really Handmaid's Tale, like in the U.S.
And for me, two things. From the medical side, there are conditions in which an abortion can be life-saving. Like, ectopic pregnancy. That's basically if you were, pregnancy usually happens in the uterus. That's the safe way. But if it implants elsewhere, the wrong place, imagine something growing in the wrong place, how that can cause like bleeding and death. You have to do an abortion to get rid of that. Or if a woman has a baby who they told early, there's no heartbeat. Stuff like that concerns me. And then as a black man, because I'm married to a black woman, it's kind of like, if we are in a place in our life where maybe she ends up getting pregnant and it's like, oh, this is not conducive. Okay, we can't do that. Or if her life is in danger, it's like, dang, we can't do that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a person who believes everyone should just get abortions all willy-nilly. That's not my thing.
There's a difference between pro-life, pro-abortion, pro-choice.
But I also believe, as a man, I do not have the right to tell women what to do with their body, and I feel like they should have the choice to do with their body what they want to do. Okay. And now, as a married man, obviously I'm married, so my wife and I have to have a discussion. That is what we agreed upon.
Okay.
That's what we agreed upon. But if we were not married, it's like, it's your body. I can't do nothing. I can't tell you what to do.
Now, as a man, because I done seen this on my timeline.
Because you raised your hand like,
oh, yeah, I know where this is going. And I can't get rid of it, and I'm ready for it to stop, but we going to talk about it on the show.
Yes, please.
As a man, are you buying McDonald's?
Hell no. My bad. Get to the question. My bad.
For just your son or everybody in the fucking house, because...
I'm gonna let Vic go first because he has a child.
So yeah, you and your wife, y'all break up. She ends up having
multiple baby daddies.
Multiple baby daddies. I love you, Vic's wife. I know your name, but I'm not gonna put you out there. Are you bringing just McDonald's for your son, or are you bringing it to everybody over there?
So a little bit of a preface, right? So as I said, Jay and his wife were staying with me and mine, right, for a few days. So we actually brought this up as a conversation piece about last night or 2 nights ago. And my wife, when they asked the question to me, I said no. My wife was like, nah. Vic is nice. He's sweet. He not gonna bring a full meal for the kids. He gonna bring something for the kids. And I was like, yeah, you
get a fry.
Right. I was like,
exactly.
a 10-piece nugget, and y'all split it, right? And I was like, you're right. But a few hours later, when it was me and her, I pulled her aside and I was like, "Hey, just FYI, no, I'm not." I was like, "I'm not. I'm not bringing food for the other kids because they aren't my responsibility."
Right.
Coming out
the only difference could be if these kids were before me and we were in a serious relationship
or married,
or married,
because that's your responsibility.
Then okay, I get that, right?
As a stepdaddy, I understand that. Like,
exactly,
right.
I would do that.
You kind of foul as a stepdaddy if you don't.
Right.
You wilding.
Right. You cannot pick and choose at that point.
Yeah, but at the same time, if we not together, I don't have no
obligation to you or the rest of your children.
No.
But as a father, I know that I need to take care
of my child because that's my responsibility.
And honestly, the worst part about that situation is that she was presenting the issue about, your child's not going to eat the McDonald's in front of the other children. Mm-hmm. And he was providing solutions. And she did not. He said, fine, then put him in another room. She said, no. And then when she said what her issue was, he said, okay. Well, then bring him out of here and eat in the car. Now, I will say, from a moral objective, you don't want to create a situation amongst kids in one household where the other kids resent the other kids.
Yeah.
I get that. But from a logical perspective, she has multiple baby fathers.
Yeah.
He has one child. He is not obligated to care about the other children.
Not at all.
He didn't do it. But the one thing she said that I agreed with was, you knew what it was before you had a kid with me.
That's definitely.
And so,
you ever notice how a flower looks like a vagina?
Okay.
But
shout out to Georgia O'Keeffe.
The point I was making was
a screensaver on the TV.
Yeah. The point I was making was, with all the energy she was bringing, he couldn't be surprised because you need to know who you are dealing with before you have a child with them. So she can't be surprised. He can't be surprised that that's the energy she brought.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's also not wrong when he says, I have one child.
And see, I would feel that same energy if I was actually still with her.
Right. If I was still with her. And on the other hand, you said that he knew what she was bringing. As far as he knew, she was bringing 3 deadbeat dads that were never around their kids.
Yeah.
So that's not his thing. Nope. So because he decided to date her because she had 3 kids whose dad was absent, all of a sudden, even though, and we don't know how long they dated, right?
Yeah.
Like, all we know, they could have dated for 1 month.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been 1 month, one really good month, a kid came out of it, and that's it. We don't know how long they were together at all.
Yeah.
So what responsibilities should he have to this kid,
In the future, I will say in the future, because ultimately, it's not a good look to bring your child something in the midst of all the other children.
I don't give a fuck what it looks like.
And I will say, no, this is what I'm saying. I'm sorry, but my thing is, because this is one thing you learn when you're married. This is one thing you learn when you're married.
But they not married.
No, that's what I'm saying. The lesson. There's one thing you learn when you're married. If you want peace in your life, you have to figure out the things that bring you peace. So for him, if he wants to supply his child McDonald's, there's nothing wrong with that. But if he wants peace, next time, take your child somewhere, give them McDonald's while you're out with them, and then drop them off. Because at that point, she can't really be mad at you for bringing your child McDonald's when y'all were out and about.
Okay.
And it's not about right or wrong. It's about this woman's going to cause problems for you.
Nope.
So you rather have the problems?
No, I want all the smoke. So I'm about to ask you. No, so I'm about to ask you a question though.
Okay.
Because I feel like that brings up an age-old stereotype that we need to get rid of.
Okay.
Because you just said, does that you gotta pick? Basically, you said you gotta pick your piece, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does that go back to the happy wife?
Oh no. In my household is in our household. It is.
Right? You said mine. No. In his household. You heard him. Get it right.
Let them hang.
In our household, we go by happy spouse, happy house. Because it don't matter if my wife happy if I'm miserable.
Facts.
So I don't believe that happy. When people say it, I'm like, you wildin'. Because I'm not about to be here miserable because she happy. No.
Facts.
Happy spouse, happy house. And that works for us. I can't speak to everybody else.
You understand?
Yeah, no.
You look battered over there like you could be.
No. We definitely prescribe to the same mantra of happy spouse, happy house.
We don't see Vic until different times. So.
Oh my God. I will start to follow your IG story, which is apparently when you post when you doing stuff. And going along with that mantra, I will check in with my wife and make sure.
I was texting my wife, but I don't believe because I'll put it like this. One thing that I appreciate about y'all is that y'all are black men who give each other flowers and y'all show that vulnerability, and that's important because as men who are married, you have to show that vulnerability. And if you are a person who just lets your wife do whatever she wants so she can be happy and then you're not, one of these years in your marriage, you were going to be tired of that. And it's going to cause problems. Yeah. And your wife's going to look at you like, but you ain't say nothing all these years. And now you mad. Yeah. She's confused. Now you're mad. She's confused. Yeah. It's like, but you should have used your mouth and said something years ago.
Well, one of those years, you're going to end up on an episode of Snapped. That's what's going to happen. Like you can't just keep giving up all your happiness.
Right.
And then expect an amicable end. Like,
exactly. That's not feasible.
Well, yeah. Well, definitely, fellas, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight, man. It's been some great conversation. We gonna have to do this again, man. Jeff, whenever you're in town, I know that's the only time we get Vic out. But whenever
hey, New Year's, I'm trying to be back.
Nah, for sure. We definitely gonna do. We gonna do this again. Thank y'all for being a part of the 2 Cent You Call This podcast. We've definitely enjoyed it. Everybody, we gonna try to get them back on. I know y'all probably like the conversation tonight. If you like it, just go on, slide us a comment. Tell us what you like.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to hear, man. Y'all know how we do. We do this every week.
Except for last week.
Yes. Except for last week. We gonna drop out with our top 3. Y'all know we gotta give y'all a top category list. This one came from Jeff. Top 3 cocktails. Vic, we gonna start with you. Top 3 cocktails.
Oof. All right. So top 3, my go-to would be a Long Island iced tea.
Okay. Strong Island.
Strong Island.
Old fashioned.
Old fashioned.
Okay. You see where I'm going with it, right?
Okay.
More bang for your buck. And then a drink that I like to make at the house is Crown Vanilla with Topo Chico and a little bit of cherry grenadine.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, a nice little cherry vanilla
thing.
That's
a little odd, but I'm gonna try it. Okay.
Yeah, hey, it's good.
Okay.
Jeff, what's up?
So number 1 for me is an old fashioned.
Okay.
Straight to the point, gets you where you need to go. The second one is it's called a penicillin. It's like
the doctor.
It's called. That sounds like some doctor drink, don't it?
But it's like scotch, like ginger liqueur, I think, or ginger in it, lemons in it. It tastes really good. And then my third one, I haven't made this in a long time, but because I'm a person who likes drinks that take you where you need to go, I guess X calls it a Tatiana now.
Yeah. Hey.
Because the first time he made it for me, he was like, all right, bro, I got this mixed drink for you. And then he makes it, and as I'm drinking, I'm like, it tastes good. And then halfway through, I remember, oh no, this is liquor mixed with liquor. I need to slow down.
That is a classic. That is a classic.
How you want to do this? You want to do 1-on-1 or?
Let's do 1-on-1. All right. So my first one, I'm gonna go with a shot because we ordered it every time we out almost. That's gonna be a green tea shot. Everybody knows.
Yo, I just had that for the first time yesterday.
You'll probably have one tonight.
You definitely. Everybody knows me when I'm going out. I'm getting around the green teas. So. Okay. What's your first one?
I'm gonna stick with the same thing. Green tea shots is gonna be my one when I'm at the bar.
Okay.
Life changing if you haven't had it.
That's why I got a podcast together.
Yeah, for sure. My second one, this is going to be a bomber, because I am a fan of, like you said, Jeff, getting you where you need to be in a short amount of time. And so this is one of my go-tos, and they actually changed the name because they said it was offensive, but you know, I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna go with the original. It's an Irish car bomb, which is a Jameson and Bailey shot dropped into a Guinness. So that's gonna be my number 2.
Okay, my second one I'm going to say is the French Connection or the Soissons Neuf.
Soissons Neuf.
If you've been doing that there, so that's basically a cognac with a cognac orange liqueur in it, and that's just straight alcohol.
That was liquor on liquor. Okay,
it's just liquor on liquor. If you want to have a splash on top, then you can have a splash on top.
Bet. My third one, y'all know I keep it simple because I am a whiskey drinker. That's what I drink. That's what I like. And that's what I'm gonna always stick with. So the last one I'm rocking with is gonna be a simple one. It's my go-to, which if you are a fan of the podcast and you've been here for a while, you know it is straight whiskey and ginger ale.
That's a good one.
Ginger ale, man.
Okay,
take the toast off.
All right, my last one. I'm usually gonna go with this. This is the one formerly called the. I'm not gonna
get it out.
Come on.
I'm not gonna call it that. I call it the sunflower now.
Sunflower, yeah.
So it's going to be a apple vodka and a apple whiskey.
Yeah.
Like I said, liquor with liquor.
And if you choose, you can put Sprite or any lemon lime or ginger ale on top of that and stuff like that. It gets you where you need to be. But y'all know how we do it.
Yeah. So y'all let us know what your top 3 cocktails are in the comments. As always, you can agree with us, you can disagree with us, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on the man. Y'all have a great week. We'll see y'all next week for 46.
All right.